Welcome everybody to the Obama rally, and thank you all for coming. I just have a few words to say about why I support Barack Obama. Unfortunately, I don't get to vote this November. I'm not 18, so I'm disfranchised. But what my strategy has been since Barack Obama has announced his candidacy is to volunteer. I figure if I volunteer a certain number of hours, I can get at least 5 votes with my work. So that's what I've been doing since Barack Obama has announced his candidacy. Actually, I had the unique opportunity to go to Washington, D.C. and serve as a page, and I got to see Barack Obama on the Senate floor. He was very busy with his election, as Senator Clinton was too, but I did get to meet Senator Obama, meet Senator Clinton, meet what we call the Big Three, the United States Senate pages, Biden, Barack, and Senator Clinton. And let me tell you that they were all very committed to their work at the Senate, and they treated the pages with great respect. My next volunteer opportunity, I got to go down to Denver and serve as a volunteer for the DNC, which was incredible. The event started at the Pepsi Center. I worked on the production team, and I was on the floor that whole time when Senator Clinton gave her speech, President Clinton gave his, Joseph Biden gave his, and Barack Obama surprised us that last day at the Pepsi Center. But the greatest time was actually at Invesco Field, where I heard that speech. I could tell that I was going to be telling my grandchildren about that speech the minute he started giving it. It was an awesome speech, and I think he really addressed the issues that Americans care about today. A few reasons why I support Barack Obama is he is clearly the best candidate in this election. I was excited when John McCain announced his candidacy earlier in 2004. I thought he was such a better candidate than George W. Bush in the election for 2004 and 2000. I still think he's a better candidate, and he is an honorable man for fighting and serving for us in Vietnam. However, that does not give him a direct ticket to the presidency. If every veteran could go immediately to the White House, I'm sure there'd be a long line. They need to be closer to the people and tackle the issues that matter to the people. Of course, I'm a student, and everybody has different issues facing them when they're going to vote for a president. A few concerns for me. I am actually a candidate for the United States Naval Academy right now, and going into the Navy, if I get in, going into the Navy, I would be a little more comforting with Barack Obama in the White House. For any armed forces member, I think that would be a lot more comforting to have Barack Obama in the White House opposed to John McCain. We all know the issues with Iran, the Middle East, and all our foreign policy matters, and I think Barack has finally been a candidate dedicated to diplomacy without irresponsibly going into a country and messing things up. We've seen what the Iraq War has done for us. We've seen our economy and how that has played for us. So that is a big issue in my mind. Secondly is everybody's got to pay for college. I see all my friends here, somehow we have got to pay for college, and that is getting harder and harder and easier for the rich. There is too big of a gap, and we need to stop that. So that's why I support Barack Obama. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Sam GoldBerg. I'm a senior also, and I'm 16. And for a while, I was a real cynic, as were most of the people in America. And after the first 6 years of George Bush's presidency, I think that we began, I guess, the politics of complacency, where people just weren't getting involved. They were complaining and complaining and complaining, but they weren't doing anything about it. And I think that we are finally shaking that off, and I think that Barack Obama's candidacy is absolutely evidence of that. When I volunteered during the primaries, I went and canvassed quite a bit, and I realized that people weren't just doing this out of necessity. They didn't just need change. They were ready for it, and they were excited about it. And I think that that's the kind of leadership that we need. People, we're not just going to turn to them because we need them, but because we want them. We want to put them up there. We want to get excited about them. And I think that he's going to unite this country for good. And unite the world in turn. So, thank you.
Thank you. I see a few other seniors besides myself here. No, I don't think I am. Okay. I've been asked to speak on behalf of the seniors as to why I support Barack Obama. I have to say I've supported him from the beginning. I didn't support the woman, and I'm not voting for the old guy. And I could give you all the reasons why I think an Obama presidency is good for women and is good for older people, but you've heard all that before, so I'm not going to go through that list now. On all the issues, I feel as though he has done his homework, he's studied, he looks at both sides of the issues, and then comes to a considered and thoughtful and reasonable decision about what course of action should be taken. He's not a reactionary, he's a grown-up. But primarily, what strikes me most in this election, and I grew up during the Depression, and I grew up during World War II. I was a child then, but I remember. And what struck me then was the incredible patriotism of the citizens in this country. Americans in those days were all united behind a common cause, not only to defend America, but to help other countries who were being overrun. And the patriotism was just incredible. As I've grown up, and I grew up in a Republican family, as I grew up I became an independent, and now I'm a Democrat. Primarily a registered Democrat so that I could vote for and support Obama in the primaries. But as I've grown up, I've seen that wonderful patriotism and the feeling that other countries around the world had for America be eroded away in our quest to be the greatest superpower in the world. I feel that we kind of got arrogant about that. We became competitive instead of cooperative with the rest of the world. And I see Obama as somebody who is going to help to turn that around. He understands that we need cooperation among all the nations of the world if we're going to meet the threats to our survival. And so that's really, I think he's a man of vision who will be able to do this. I think the world is ready for a man like this to be our leader, a leader of the free world and a leader of the United States. And I hope America's ready for it. I support him, and I hope that all of you will help to get out the vote for him. And one nation, one world, go Obama.